Hi, I'm Maria Quattrone, and this is the Be the Solution podcast. Okay. And the Be the Solution podcast is all about exactly that. Be the solution, because you are the solution to your own life and situation. Today we have my guest, Pam Rosser-Thistle. Pam is a firehouse in the Philadelphia market, and she works from city. She works from river to river and
Mhm.
represents buyers and sellers in this small little area. It's about 2 miles wide, and that is what she specializes in. But Pam has been a guest of ours before, and I'm happy to welcome you back today, Pam. So, Pam, I have a quote for you today.
Oh, I love your
I
quotes.
have it specifically for you. Ambition is the path to success. Persistence is the vehicle you arrive in.
That's true. Yes. You can't just talk about it, you have to do it.
And today, so first, welcome. Happy to see you again, and always happy to converse with you. We have known each other. Gosh, Pam, I think we've known each other since you got into the industry. It was probably like
Yeah.
16 or 17 years ago.
That's been a long time.
Yes. So that's a long time to know somebody, and a long time actually to stay in the real estate industry because
Yeah.
we know the market's changed and we have to change. But what do you think about that quote? Persistence is
I
the vehicle to get there.
yes, consistency and actually doing what you plan is what leads to success or in some markets survival because some markets are I've been doing the same activities for probably 15 years, fluffed up by technology or whatever is new and can make me more efficient, more effective. But sticking to tried and true tactics is what I find is the way to be successful.
No
It's not
doubt.
sexy sometimes, but it works.
Well, it's not sexy at all. Let's call it what it is. There's no
That's
sexiness about consistency day in, day out. I
Mhm.
talk about this often, Pam, and you hit
Yeah.
on it. It's like, I don't really feel like doing it today. It's raining. I'm tired. I'm just kind of going to lay it out. The thing is with discipline, when you're disciplined, those things, that doesn't matter. It's the
Mhm.
discipline of the daily consistency is
Mhm.
based on the compound effect is what exactly makes you successful or their lack of
Mhm.
over a long period of time.
Right.
And today I want to dive into something that I've seen you do, and it is your lifeline, and that is open houses. And
Yes,
you do them in a specific way. You don't just show up that day with a sign, put it out front, open the door, put the lights on, and hope somebody comes. So
right.
I want you to explain in detail
Mhm.
from the open house starts weeks before it happens.
Mhm.
And I want you to explain to everybody today in detail how exactly to really make an open house work.
Sure. So there are two perspectives. One is when you're hosting for another agent, that is primarily focused on helping them sell the house, but also to develop your business and just connect with possible sellers. And then the other is when you are the listing agent and the open house helps you get the listing sold. So the first way, I select the open house far enough in advance that I can prepare, I can market. But sometimes if the listing sells, then it's you have to change direction. But
That's a good
I
quality problem to have.
if you're the listing agent, it's a good problem. If you're hosting for somebody, it's different. But anyway, so I select the open house or open houses that I'm hosting, and I do it strategically. Um, and I think all brokers, you have the opportunity to do that. Maybe the systems are different, but it could be a relationship you have with a team or agents who have a lot of listings or going on to Bright MLS and seeing what the listings are. Like we have some suburban agents who do business in the city who don't want to host. and they have beautiful listings. And so we will host for them. And when I say there's a lot of us at my brokerage, and I think at other brokerages, it's the same way, who host for other agents. So anyway, then when I know where I'm going to be, then I work on marketing the listing, and I do that through an e-newsletter, social media, some word of mouth. I use signs, and I prepare the signs, put paper on the signs that has where I'm going to be for when I put them out on the street. And
So
then
how many signs do you put out?
I use 6. It's comfortable. They've changed over the years. They used to be very heavy, or the ones that were plastic and blew away. But Bernard Signs finally got it right. They have a perfect, not too heavy. You could carry 3 and 3 metal. Don't blow away. So anyway, 6 is
6
comfortable.
signs, that's a good amount of signs.
Yeah, I used to do even more, like in down markets. My old manager from long ago, Ginny McEwen, used to always say, like, +1, do one more thing, put one more sign out, do one more open house. Like that was always like a mantra in down
Sure.
markets, is do you do one more thing? Like when you talk about
If
calls,
you
like
add up doing
do
one more thing every day and all
yeah,
the ones that you added up, how much more can you get done? Even like add one more hour to work. We
yes.
talked about that. We just talked about earlier in I would say the green room about how I start every day, but my days no later than 7:30.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of days, not on Fridays, but a lot of days I go to 7:30. They're 12-hour days with
Uh-huh.
no stopping for lunch. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but Pam, I mean, that's what's required today.
I think that whatever your +1 is, whatever the tactics that you use uh, to get your business, is you have to just step it up when it's a challenging market. So for me, that would be adding an open house, or
Another open house.
yeah,
How
that
many
would be what I would do. Yeah,
on a weekly basis? What do you think? How many do you do when you're in your open house season?
I usually just do 1 or 2. Um, it's
One or two, but
Yeah.
well.
Like, well, so it depends how many listings I have. There are times when I have a lot of listings, and so then I am working on behalf of my seller, and I have other hosts who will help me, and they're terrific. But as an obligation to my seller, and I want to get it sold, I may be hosting, on a Saturday one listing, on a Sunday another listing, um, but I can't do more than that. I find that it's just too, you have to preserve your energy, and it is pretty physical out there. So 2 is enough. But then I have strategies too. Like I have some listings coming up east of Broad, and so but they're not going to be ready until after the 4th. So I'll host at similar types of listings before that to load up my pipeline, so that those people I meet might then be prospects for the listings I have coming up later. So
Oh,
there's strategy in
that's a
how
great
I
strategy.
plan
That's a
my
great
open house.
strategy. So wait, let's go back. So you're having a listing, let's just say coming up at 8th, and
Mhm.
you're going to do an open house for another listing that is similar to that
Yeah.
price point in
Yeah.
area so that you can build your pipeline of future buyers for your listing that's coming up that's not
Mhm.
yet on the market.
Yeah.
That's a great tip, everybody.
Yeah.
This is very smart. And
Yeah.
so when you put the 6 signs up, him, so let's
Mhm.
say the open house is at 12. What time do you arrive?
12.
At 12? What about the signs?
No, the signs right. So I put the signs out as I'm arriving, but I am not one that gets there like really early. maybe I get there 1 minute before. No, but no, it's very important, the signs. So that's where I put my effort. And there are different strategies for the signs too. It depends on the weather. If it's raining or if it's hot, really hot, and people are not going to be as mobile walking around, then you keep your signs close to the property, just really tight. But if it's a beautiful sunny day and people are walking all around, then you go to the high traffic areas, close to a supermarket, close to a park, close to where there's some traffic happening. And it could be like 3 blocks away because people will make the effort. So it is weather dependent.
And on the sign, it says 123 Main Street,
Hmm.
open house, today, 12 to 2.
I don't put times.
No time.
No times, no.
So what's the strategy behind that?
Because if I'm hosting there again, different time. And
So
also there might be somebody after me and I don't want to take away from them. You know what I mean? Like say I'm doing 11 to 1 and someone's doing 1 to 3. And if I just put 11 to 1, it cuts them off. So I want to have the flow, because if there's a stacked schedule,
sure.
11 to 1, 1 to 3, it's better to be the 1 to 3, because especially to follow someone like me who has a lot of signs, because the people won't start coming until the signs have been out for a little bit. And if you're doing the 1 to 3 and I had the signs out, you're going to get the flow from the signs. So we
Understood.
want to help each other.
That makes complete sense if you have somebody coming afterwards. Yeah.
Because it's very collaborative. And a lot of the listings, actually more so than before COVID, a lot of listings get sold because of the open house these days. Like I would say 75% of my listings have been sold because of the open house. And what I mean is another host is there or I'm there and I have them get the agent name of the buyer who comes in who's interested. They say, my agent is Marie Quattrone. And then I'll follow up, and then they might bring them back for a showing and buy the house. And it happens a lot. I don't know why people say, oh, open houses don't work. Like, are you kidding me? They really work, especially these days. And I tell agents, just send them. They're your buyers, but I'll show them around the house. I'll do whatever. If the agents aren't from the city, they don't know how to parallel park, I'll open the door. You still get your commission. I don't care. So like I'll do anything to help an agent, because the agents might be from all different locations and they might not be around when it comes on the market. So like open houses are that bring them in, send them over. That's what it's for. As a listing agent, I give as many opportunities as possible that are just to send them as possible, and it really helps get the listing sold. And that's the main reason for an open house. The other is just like whatever, if other things happen, but you're trying to get the listing sold.
That makes a lot of sense. The whole purpose is to sell the listing.
Yeah, that's it. And the agents who are there know that. And if somebody's not interested in that house and they want to, talk to them about, something else, that's fine. But they know that the first thing is try to sell that house, and, get me the agent names. And we have a lot of agents who have been selling the listing where they're sitting the open house. They've been selling that house at the open house. They're really good. My host, I say my host, but I'm also their host, where everybody's host. They're really good.
So
They
what
know
is
how to
it? So what is it that makes an open house successful? Obviously selling the listing, but forget
sell.
about that. What do you do? Tell people what you do at the open house.
Well, know the house. Have the seller's disclosure. You know, know about the house. Know what's for sale surrounding. And when visitors walk in, engage with them and ask them some key questions to figure out, are they serious buyers? Are they just walking by, curious? So asking the right questions to figure out what the situation is, and not hover over them, but just give them a tour of the place and point out um, whatever it may be. Like if it doesn't have official parking, explaining there's prepaid parking or there's a tax abatement, um, whatever. I always have measuring tape there. People love to measure. So just like giving them the tools, but not hovering over them.
Do you
And
provide
just
them comps, or do you bring
um, I wouldn't
material
do
outside of a feature sheet?
I wouldn't do that at the open house, but I would know them. Like if something's sold on the block or something similar, knowing what that price is, what the situation is. But I think it's like a warming up when you first meet somebody and you just want to connect with them, not overwhelm them with information, but just connect with them. And then after the open house, there might be more of if somebody wants comps or wants information, because sometimes it gets busy, so you have to kind of manage the crowd.
Manage the crowd. Yes, I do.
Yeah, not that I wouldn't say like they're crowds right now, but it can be steady. Like maybe all told, in a 2-hour open house, you might have 10 to 12 groups through. That's a good open house. Or you might have 4 to 5, and that's good too. But I think that you need to engage and figure out why they're there and give information that would be helpful.
And how many open houses do you think you do a year? About 40?
I do it almost every weekend except for holidays. So,
50?
probably 50 to 60 plus per year. And then I'll
And
do some twilights if it's a new listing. A twilight is good to do.
well,
So maybe
sometimes.
75 to 100 a year if you put it all together.
So would you say that that's your number one source of business?
hmm It's the top of the funnel. And then the people I meet often become buyers, sometimes sellers in the beginning, but then buyers, then once they buy, then they might become sellers or referral sources. So for me, it's important to keep it going because it's how it all starts. Like if you are only for me, if I'm only working my sphere, it's going to um kind of dry up over, like you have to be refreshing your
Always.
yeah.
Not
So
most
that's
people
how I do it, and I really enjoy it.
most people don't have enough people in their sphere of influence that would sustain a successful real estate business.
hmm Yeah, I think you have to keep it fresh.
Fresh,
So
and people looking at open houses. Some you get looky-loos,
that's
some you have
okay.
neighbors,
That's
and
okay.
some you
No,
have
I
actually
like it all
some you
because I
have
get a
I don't think it I don't think it matters. I think it matters the exposure to the listing, because more people that see it, the more the bigger propensity it has to actually sell.
that's it. It's getting more exposure. And I think it's also connecting with people, especially the younger generation. I find that they're on their phones and social media, and that they are not as comfortable with face to face conversation. And so it's kind of a personal mission of mine to try to help. And so when they're young people, I really try to sit down even on the couch and talk to them and listen to them. And I think it's a human connection. And maybe somebody who's older and they might be lonely. Not to say that older people are lonely, because I think older people are like more social than anybody. But just talking to people, and I learn a lot about the information that I need too in my life. I get good advice and offer advice that I have. So I think it's also the human connection that I like too. Even if there was no business element involved, it gets me tapped into what people are thinking about, what's going on. I think it's really important to connect with people in the community and in the world, and people are doing that less, and it's healthy to talk to people.
It is healthy to talk to people. It's good for them, good for you. I have a
Yeah.
question that just came to me. Um, Open house is such a big source of your business. What did you do during COVID? Like
Um,
open
I'm
houses,
trying to
we
think.
weren't allowed to do open houses
We
for a
weren't
long
allowed.
time. For a long time, like 2 years probably.
You know what? I did those virtual open houses. Remember them? The virtual ones where you were on, you sent a link out and people were like the
Yeah,
Brady Bunch, little faces. So
same.
we did that, and yes, it was novel for a little bit of time, and then they quickly was like, ooh. But we were doing the tours with the Matterports. We'd have
Yeah,
the virtual open house and do the walking around online. So that's what we did. But luckily, it didn't last too long. So that's what
luck
I was doing. I didn't like it.
luckily, we had those virtual tours well before COVID,
Okay.
so that was good on our
You knew
part.
how to do it with the little circles.
You know what I did? We had it already because we
Uh-huh.
bought, at some conference,
Okay.
we bought one of the cameras. My husband was like, "We have to get this." I'm like, "Alright."
Mm,
It was a while. It was maybe, a year and a half before that. So
mhm.
we were already doing them, but we weren't doing them on like, I sell a lot of investment properties and
Yeah.
commercial stuff as well. We weren't
Mhm.
doing them on those.
Right.
So like 2 days before we knew we were going to get shut down, March 20th, I had Chip go out to every house and do them, get a
Right.
tour. So then we had them. But anyway, I digress. So I don't want to go down the COVID hole. I just
Oh,
was
I know.
curious
Let's forget about
of
that.
of what, yeah, forget about that mess.
Yeah.
I was just curious of, what you did at that time because
Mhm.
it comes down to like you tried something different. And I guess the point of it is where there's a will, there's always a way.
Yeah.
Like just because the market's slower and people aren't, there's less buyers, there's more sellers now than there's
Mhm.
been since like 2019. The
I
inventory is
can
up.
feel it. Yeah.
Doesn't mean that we stop. It means
Mhm.
that we have to make little changes, right? Tiny hinges swing big doors.
Yeah.
You're seeing like there's a lot of things going on that are keeping people from making decisions. If I hear about the tariffs one more time, like I can't believe people are still talking about it.
Everything came back though. I mean, the stock market's like above. What,
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah,
fine.
but
We're good.
but psychologically, Pam,
I know.
people are
Yeah.
not good. This past week,
People want certainty, but the thing is real estate is solid. Like, it's a good place to brick up your money if you're worried about wherever your money is. Real estate is solid. It's a good place to
always
put
over
it,
time.
and it appreciates over time. So it's I understand if somebody thinks that they might not have their job, or um, they don't know something what's steady in their life. I understand that, but if they do, it's always a good vehicle and it's like relaxing. It's steady. Like it doesn't have the ups and downs of the stock market. So I mean, I
No,
truly believe that. Like,
it
if
has
you want
other
to diversify where your assets are,
it has
real
other
estate
problems
is good.
though,
Yeah, but I know there's a lot that holds people back. Right.
a lot. So
Yeah.
the thing of the matter is though, we can't just wait for the people that are ready. We have to
Mhm.
find the ones that are every day. Right?
Yeah, yeah, and I think being out there talking to people, whatever way you reach your prospects, just to continue, be consistent, and then when there's somebody you can help, to really dig in and to give it your all as far as what you can offer to them, and be honest with them. Be really good at the transaction. I love transactions. Like, I know, like, people have all different styles, but I'm a solo agent, and to do, I like to do the transaction myself. And I love all the steps.
You're one of the very few that likes
Really?
transact.
Okay. But it's so every little detail is important, and
No doubt. And
I'm
every
big
good
on no, I know a lot of people have people who handle that, and
well,
that's
you know
fine.
what the beauty of it is? You
But
get to decide as an owner of your business how you
you
wanna
what?
handle it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You get to
People do it all
decide.
different ways. People do it
You
all
could
different
do it
ways.
all, you could do some of
It
it.
doesn't matter if you do it or you don't, but I'm just saying that I like to do it because it's sort of like, life when you're doing your taxes and doing like all the nitty gritty number. I love all that stuff. And so it's sort of the same mindset of like lining up all the details and checking the altas against the, addenda and everything. Like I love doing all that.
So that's like a just said it. Oh, getting your stuff ready, your taxes. That's like the
Mhm.
least favorite thing I like to do in life is that stuff.
Hey, you
We
have to
would
have
make a good
good,
Pam, we
um,
would make a good team. You like to do all
I
this stuff?
after Mike died, I've been investigated for taxes, so and I've won every time. I actually got a refund, but believe me, you gotta have your paperwork ready. The government is not playing. So, it was just because Mike died and, whatever, there was an extra payment that was floating around that I didn't know about, but yeah, they send me charts and all this stuff, like, I think now that they're under the hood on me, they're like, "Let's keep going." But I've got it all. I've got you know what? I dealt with it, and I actually prevailed, and I got a refund.
Good for
So,
you.
I'm used to all that
Well,
paperwork. You
you're
just have to
also
do it. You just have to but you have to keep very good files.
yeah, but you're disciplined also and you're a fighter. You just are.
Yeah, you
But
have to be, though.
that's your makeup. People aren't, Pam.
Oh,
They're just not.
well, then it's gonna get worse if you you can't blow it off.
I'm talking in general about
No, you're
like
right, you're right. No, I'm always ready to address things, but I think that it gives me more knowledge to be able to, help clients too, like, when they say, "Oh, I might, like, rent this bedroom out or something." I'm like, "Well, you're gonna need a business privilege license, a rental suitability certificate. You need to d like, that income is gonna be on your taxes, you need to
as
source it."
ordinary
Like,
income.
you can't just kinda float this in, like, there are gonna be some checks and balances. So, being
No,
able
it's
to
and it's
say things
ordinary
like that.
income.
What's that?
It's ordinary income.
It is, yes, it is, yeah, and it goes on to your, tax return.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People
right.
there's a lot more involved than, people really know in regards to that's just one little thing, but
Yeah.
renting real estate, like, there's a lot of stuff you need
You
to be able
do,
to rent
yes.
a lot of stuff,
Mhm.
and the city's cracking down even
Yeah.
more on
Mhm.
landlords, which is kind of difficult because it's very difficult to get people out of houses and shouldn't be that way.
Mhm.
I have a lot of clients who literally were like, can't get people out a year, evictions, money, and nobody pays rent. We're
And if
paying
you
rent.
don't have your business privilege license and your rental suitability, certificate, which is every year, the business privilege is once for, like, a lifetime, you're really, like, don't have a leg to stand on
No, and it
if you
happens
don't
to
have that.
people.
That's it, yeah.
You know what? Life, and the thing is, Pam, that life happens, and
Mhm.
it happens to people where things expire, and they might have had it for 7 years, a license, and then somebody got sick in their family and they forgot about it. I mean, it happens
Absolutely. Oh my
all the
gosh.
time,
So yeah, yeah, yeah.
and now they're in a bad pickle. So,
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, yes.
we're
Oh,
dealing with
yes.
that, before we wrap it up, I just wanna go
Mhm,
back, like, if open houses weren't there to do,
mhm.
would it greatly affect your business?
I think it would affect my life because I really like seeing people and talking to them. I really do. So it's not just about business. I really like to talk to people.
It's part of your social, it's part of how you get your energy, being around people.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody's like, since Mike died, what do you do on weekends?" I said, "Open houses." I'm not really big, like, bar fly or anything, but, I mean, yeah,
The
not like
bars these days.
sitting there doing shots and everything. I'm doing
No,
open houses, But no, I do go out a little bit. But it really is relaxing and satisfying. And you talk about routine; it's very comfortable to me. So it's what I want to do. It's not even about work. I mean, it is about work, but like it's also just what I enjoy.
Part of your
So
life.
so
It's part of
don't
your
take it
life.
away from me, please. Don't.
Wow.
I don't know who would,
Well,
but
I
yeah, I
think that
really love it.
and on an average year, you close around how many transactions?
Well, I'm trying to figure that out because honestly, I'm trying to like I had some big years, but my girls are almost done college now, so my hope my expenses will go down a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what my sweet spot can be where I can like not be, going like so fast, but generally about 20 to 25 a year. And this year is a little bit slower, probably, I don't know, 15 to 20 or 20. Like that's a good amount for me. And I've had years where I've done, that we had some big years during COVID, but that's my comfort zone because I get really into it with my clients and I'm very hands-on and I just want to be able to really focus on the clients that I have and then also my family, to have the work-life balance.
Yeah,
And
100%.
that
Well,
seems to do it. Like that is a nice, comfortable amount for me.
you
And
also
I
work
keep
at
it
the
in my
center.
box. I keep it in my box geographically.
Yeah, and you work the Center City market, so the prices are higher, so
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
mind. Well, it was a
Center City,
pleasure.
South Philly, yeah.
Exactly.
I like to mix it up. Like, I have had a couple, actually 3 right in a row in, South Philly, like, different neighborhoods like Passion Square, Pennsport, and, um, I love that. Like, and then I'll get back into like, Wash West, Fittler Square, and I like to mix it up in the different neighborhoods like River to River, South Philly to Fairmount, and I like to hit them all. So I'm not like like, oh, I only do this neighborhood. I liked it like both sides of Broad. Like
I think it's
I like
okay.
that.
You can do all that. That's plenty of
I love it.
it's awesome. Well, it
Yeah,
was great to have you on the show today,
that was great to
Pam.
talk. Yeah,
Yep, and the open houses are, they still work.
keep them
Work
going.
works.
Keep them.
Doing this, right?
That's right. Yep.
Be the
Yeah.
solution.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right, you keep
Maria.
being the solution, and we'll see you soon. We'll check in with you towards the end of the year.
Okay.